Blessings, everyone. It's your girl Mocaso, and we are back with the last Women in the Metaverse for 2022. And oh my goodness, I am so freaking proud of everything we have done this year. I mean, first of all, you guys see, we've switched it up, right? It's snowing here in the Metaverse. And just like every single season, we have changed right along with the seasons of nature. You know, that's what we're going to keep doing. And so this year, you guys know, we started by having these women meetups, and it started actually on Twitter, and we also had some on Clubhouse. And it was something that we decided was very important because there are women in this space, and we do need to feel connected and supported and have places just for women to come and do that. So our dedication was coming together once a week to do just that. Whether we were having informative conversations, talking about the latest news or topics like ecopreneurs, or having different women host the spaces and digging into all kind of topics. We conquered so much this season. So again, if you haven't watched it, go watch all of our past episodes. As you guys know, here in our WIM Treehouse, you can find all of the details for our Metacast, which you can find on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, and iHeartRadio. And as I said, we come together every single Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific time to have this conversation. But you, our listeners, can also come and visit the Treehouse here to listen and meet other women and continue the conversation. So I know we're just getting started, but you guys see the vision, and it's big and only getting bigger. So we're going to walk up the stairs because I think it's time for a good pedicure in the Metaverse. And so we're going to sit down and have one last conversation for 2023, and it's going to be doing what everybody talks about, which is resolutions, right? Do you have them? I have them. Everybody has them. So I'm excited to actually talk about them. And as others come into the space, you know, I'll definitely ask them to share. And if nobody comes into the space, y'all know I'm going to share anyways. And if you're watching this and you want to share, please do in the comments, because I would love to read it and read them during our next conversation as well. So let's dive right in to resolutions, right? And I want to start by why it's even a thing, because I know, you know, it's holidays, whether you celebrate them or which ones you celebrate, you know, that's always a good conversation during this time. And so I am, not one that celebrates many holidays, but New Year's is one of those that I do like to celebrate, right? And in celebration, it means to just honor that day, right, in a sense, and to celebrate that and do different things to commemorate that. And so to me, the new year, the idea of like a new, not even new beginnings, because every day is a new opportunity, but just like how, you know, on, say, for example, Christmas, everyone loves to say, well, every day is like Christmas, or on Valentine's Day, it's like every day is like Valentine's Day, right? It's like New Year's is the same way, where it's like every day is a new opportunity, but on New Year's, it's like where you get to sit down and reassess and say, you know what? Here's where I was lacking, and here's what I want to do better going into tomorrow, because that's all next year is, right? It's really just the next day is tomorrow, you know, and actually thinking like that. And so for me, why I love New Year's is because I think like that regularly, and I encourage people to do that regularly. I had a women's book club here for this past year as well that just transformed into a unisex book club, but we read a book called The Perfect Day to Boss Up by Rick Ross, and in that we had a CEO review where at the end of each week you had to assess how you were doing. And I won't give too much because it is a part of some of the good stuff that I actually have coming into the new year, a part of my accountability avenue that a lot of you may know me, and if you remember me from Grandest Lifestyle, being the accountability partner, and again how those women in that spending that year building a network with them helped me even get to this point, because that all started from, again, a new year. My birthday is after the new year as well, so I love usually starting a business or a new project or furthering my education or something of that nature. So, 1 year I decided to start a Discord, start a book club, start an Instagram, and build that network. And then the next year that evolved into this Raw DAO where, we again started a Discord, started a network, started Instagram channels, and started building even more people together. And so that's what I love to, take a step back and take this time to encourage everyone to look at. So for me personally, now that we've kind of talked about New Year's and resolutions and why I, kind of think that they are important to take that time to reassess and reevaluate, what are our resolutions, right? I love how people say going to the gym. I'm not gonna lie, that is actually one of mine, and I'm not saying I got like a whole list on like, oh, these are my resolutions. Again, these are just things that it's like, you know what, I'm starting to change already. I'm giving myself a week because Sunday is the new year to get a lot of things caught up. Because for me, one of my resolutions is, if you guys know me, we always say we're always early, never late. And I actually feel like recently, with a lot of the things, expanding and continuing to grow, I feel like I've become almost right on time, right? I'm getting things done right on time. And I have, a lot that ends up getting pushed off, and you know how that goes, where you say, okay, I'm gonna do that later, but then later happens and then another thing pops up, so now you got two things to do, and deadlines are coming, and of course you get it all done because, hey, you know how we do. But at the end of the day, I always think about those kind of times when I remember being in class and thinking like, man, if I did that work when I first got it instead of right before it was due, I could have got an A instead of a B or something of that nature. And I want to create a space welcome and open to more. And you have to be in a place of preparedness for that. And if I am always, right on time, then that starts to limit myself to what I can continue to accomplish. So over this next week, I will be 10 toes down, 10 fingers down, and trying to get a lot of things complete and just off my to-do list so that it's done this year. And I'm going into 2023 a step ahead, which I think will continue to keep me a step ahead. And so, you guys know I like to get a little deep, and, that's my super deep perspective on my resolution. It's just getting back that step ahead. Because, you guys, I'm sure you see me, and it seems like I'm a step ahead. But think about when you put on these shows and you're creating content and you're wanting to show everybody and doing that continuously, it's just all about effective systems and ways of mastering that and putting in the hours, right? Because it takes 10,000 hours for you to master anything. And like I told you guys, this is going on my third year of doing this, which is putting myself out there as a entrepreneur, ecopreneur, in the sense of a metapreneur. I've even now added meta producer to that resume. And again, it started out just as hosting on Instagram, and then hosting on Twitter, and now hosting here in the Metaverse, and now almost even getting to a space what I really want to be, which is behind the camera. And if none of you guys know me, but as you will get to know me, you will know that is where I love to be. I'm actually not one that likes to be here in the spotlight, but I don't mind taking it because I like to get things done as well. So sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to keep going and be that example. So 2023 is all about more proof of concepts, more networking, and just more putting ourselves out there and meeting with those right people. That's going to help continue that further. As you guys know, the Raw DAO is all about being an adhesive network, and there are so many creators that I see every single day that it's like just need a network. And when we come together, when you see their skills and your skills and how we can come together to create something even more magical, well, we all know 9 times out of 10 when you're doing that, something even more magical happens that you weren't even expecting. So, that's why I love to say that collaboration is where the magic happens. And that's what I'm looking forward to again into 2023 with more shows. I'm trying to tell you, I got some really, really fun stuff up my sleeve with that. And again, just trying to bring more people in here. I want more people at least watching. I want you all commenting. I want you all getting NFTs. I want you clicking the link and meeting me in here on Mondays at 4 p.m. Pacific time to join the conversation, or leaving comments so that you can continue the conversation, and I want to continue to spread these messages and create for those that are looking for these messages and that appreciate it, because I see that you guys are watching, and I know that there's an audience that wants this information. So I'm going to keep showing up every week, keep putting my best foot forward, and keep getting better every single week as well, because you guys haven't even seen it yet. Like, seriously, every single day, it's about taking another step in the right direction, right? Because even those little steps turn into big steps when you look back and you're further than you were if you wouldn't have started taking those steps to begin with. So with that being said, if you don't have any resolutions, because that's cheesy to you, I say then just keep on stepping in the right direction. Step into 2023 with a positive mind that is welcoming to everything that you want. Get out of your own way. Eliminate your own blockades. Create clear goals of what you want and clear ways of how you can get that, and then go after it, and don't stop until you do get it, and then go get some more and keep going. You guys will always hear me say we are just getting started, because we are. We don't believe in endings, just new beginnings. And it's so true in everything that we do. And that's again why I love the new year, because it's not the end of a year, but the beginning of a new year, and just another 365 days of so much that we can learn and connect with. So I'm super excited that you all listened to today's episode of Women in the Metaverse. You guys know 2023, we have a lot more content that will be coming to you. So make sure you subscribe and share. Tell all the other women that you know that might be interested in joining the Metaverse to watch as well. And if you've missed any of our episodes, go check them out, because we've talked about so many things about how you can use your own gifts, what the space is, and you will see so many other women come and join the conversation, lead the conversation, share their perspectives, and learn from every single one of them. So I hope to see you all next year. Make sure you also drop in the comments if you have a New Year's resolution, because next year I'm going to read it, and I'm going to be asking y'all how you're doing on your resolutions. See if y'all got your family workouts going on like me and my family are trying to do, or if you're waking up early like you said, or whatever it is that you have done to reassess, reevaluate, and figure out what you want to do better going into tomorrow. Get on it and get to it. Catch you guys next year. Peace.